Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Today I want to go over some of the things that we're going to do with Adobe Illustrator Draw. So first, if you haven't done this already, please go to self-service and install the app called Adobe Illustrator Draw. Adobe Illustrator Draw. Now mine is on the bottom right hand corner. When you go to sign into this app, you may have to use your personal email in order to get this to work. Sometimes Adobe doesn't like our student email addresses with the string of numbers. So I'm in Adobe Illustrator Draw right now. Step one, I press the orange-ish circle with the plus sign on it in the bottom right-hand corner, and that brings me to a choose a format screen. Now, what we're going to use is we are going to select iPad Landscape in the top row, iPad Landscape. And that brings us to this screen right here, okay? Now, in the upper right-hand corner, there is an icon that looks like a gear. Looks like a gear in the upper right-hand corner. We're going to press that. That's our settings. Now, under settings, we can reformat our drawing. Okay, but we're going to leave it on landscape. We can also rotate our canvas so you can see my page just rotated. All right, and I'm going to leave mine on landscape setting also. If we rotate it up, that's called portrait style. This is landscape. The third option is grids, and we are going to use grids. I'm a big fan of grids. Now, our grids give us two choices. We can use a perspective grid. I don't want to do that. That's really confusing. I'm just going to use an old-fashioned graph grid. Now, what you're looking at right now, this only has 32 points. That's a very small graph. I'm going to use the plus button on the bottom of my screen to make this graph or grid larger. And I'm going to bring it all the way up to about, 100 should work. So now I have a 100-point graph or grid, and I'm going to, upper right-hand corner, I'm going to pick done, okay? Now, the last thing I want you to look at is it says shape snapping, and the default is on. We want to leave that on, okay? Also under settings, there's some options here. You can learn how to use Adobe Illustrator Draw. Right here. So if you press that, it's going to take you to some tutorials, and I'm going to close that for right now, but it'll give you some options. You can learn how to use your brushes and your gestures. You can view all the gestures, and this is pretty handy. So zoom in is pinch. I'm not going to go through all of these. You guys can look at these at your leisure. And I will touch on a couple of these as we go. But this is step one. If you have this Adobe Illustrator Draw open, and I'm pinching right now on the screen to make my paper bigger or smaller, okay? And you set up the graph to 100 points, that's a great start.